Hello and welcome. Right then, let me be blunt. The idea that Isaan women need Western men to save them is a myth. It is a convenient fantasy which ignores their strength, their choices, and their real lives. If you think you are a saviour, prepare for a reality check, because I'm about to expose why that narrative is doing more harm than good. What is more, I should know. I might have accidentally packed a bit of that fantasy in my suitcase when I first arrived. So, where does this Farang saviour illusion come from? In 2026 you would think we would know better. It persists because it is a deliciously simple story for a complicated world. Western media still peddles it, the impoverished, helpless village maiden versus valiant, wallet-wielding white knight. It feeds an ego. It turns a complex human being into a project, a damsel in distress, a mission. When I first washed up here, weary of British drizzle and ready for my third act, I will admit a vague notion of helping coloured my vision. I thought I was being beneficial, a stabilizing influence. Perhaps I would be the one to lift someone into a better life. Patronising, bloody right it was. I just did not see it at the time. What I actually encountered was not a waiting damsel. It was a mass of formidable aunties who could run a farm, a household, and a neighbourhood dispute before breakfast. It was young women studying nursing or business management at the local college. It was mothers who could stretch a part further than I could stretch a sock. My initial silent offer of rescue was met not with gratitude, but with a polite, puzzled smile, as if to say, why on earth would I need rescuing by you? Can you even tell glutinous rice from the regular kind? Ah, yes, the stereotype, and beyond the overused bar girl stereotype. It is lazy, it is reductive, and it infuriates me. Yes, economic hardship is real here. Isaan is not poor in spirit, but the soil is tough, and opportunities in the villages can be thin on the ground. This leads to hard choices, migration for work, immense pressure to support parents and children. However, to define every Isaan woman by the few who work in bars is like defining every Englishman by the louts in Magaluf. Idiotic. Look beyond the one-note narrative. Go to the morning market. Who is running the busiest grill stall, barking orders and doing mental arithmetic at lightning speed? An Isaan woman. Who is the backbone of the local weaving cooperative, exporting beautiful fabrics and employing half the village? An Isaan woman. Who is driving her motorbike to the bank, managing micro loans for her family's rice farm? Who is the primary breadwinner, sending her children to university in Konkan or Bangkok? Isaan women. Their aspirations are vast. A new pickup truck, a thriving small shop, a government job with a pension, seeing their grandchildren graduate. Finding a Farang husband is just one potential strand in a much larger, much tougher web of ambition and survival. There is a phrase here, it sounds like gang you, gang ken. How you live, how you eat. It is about managing your existence with pragmatism and resilience. It is the ultimate agency. To assume an Isaan woman entering a relationship with a foreigner is a passive act of being saved, is to misunderstand this completely. I learned this through stinging humility. I once tried to fix my now wife's family's finances with a grand Western-style budget plan. She listened patiently and then calmly explained her system, a fluid, social, kin based network of obligation, support, and strategic investment that had kept them afloat for generations. My spreadsheet was irrelevant. Her control was absolute. The decision to be with me was not a rescue. It was a choice, weighed with the same ganking calculus as any other. What does this partnership offer? Stability, perhaps? Companionship? A chance for children? Nevertheless, it is a transaction. She enters with her eyes wide open, from a position of strength, not weakness. She is not a passenger in her life. She is the chief navigator. I am just sometimes the man who helps pay for the fuel. Here is the rub. This saviour fantasy often says more about the man than it does the woman. It is a projection. A man who feels invisible, unappreciated, or even unaccessible back home arrives here and is offered a narrative where he is the hero. It is a powerful drug. The saving is transactional. He gets gratitude, deference, a sense of purpose and control. He gets to feel like the main character. However, what does it mean for her? To be seen as a project? A possession? The lucky one? It strips her of her identity, her history, her complexity. It creates a power dynamic that is inherently fragile and, frankly, disrespectful. The psychological impact is corrosive. Either she has to perform a gratitude indefinitely, or she quietly resents the cage of his expectations. I have seen it. The beaming saviour at the bar boasted about his good fortune in finding such a traditional woman, utterly oblivious to the shrewd, strategic mind across the table from him, who has him precisely figured out. So, how does one do it properly? You shift the model. You stop trying to be the saviour and become the student. First, learn the language, not just hello and beer, enough to argue, to joke, to understand the gossip. It is the ultimate sign of respect. It says, I want to access your world, not just transplant you into mine. Second, understand the cultural nuances, the importance of family, the kunjai, the consideration of Buddhism or faith. It is not about blindly accepting everything, but about understanding the why behind actions. Third, and most crucially, respect autonomy. Her money is her money. Her family is her family. Her decisions about her life are hers. Your role is partner, not patron. Support, do not direct. Listen and do not lecture. My own transformation was not overnight. It was built on quiet months of humiliation, being corrected on a cultural point by my wife's 8-year-old niece, failing spectacularly at helping with the rice harvest, realizing the women were solving the problem while the men, Farang and Thai alike, were just sitting around complaining. I shed the saviour complex like a sweaty old coat. Besides, what emerged was something real, a partnership, a shared life. I am not her hero. I am her occasionally grumpy, often confused, but fiercely loyal husband, and that is infinitely more rewarding. This life, this place, these formidable women, they do not need saviours. They need equals. They need respect. The transformative power is not in saving someone, but in allowing her to show you how strong they already are. You will find your own life enriched in ways you never imagined when you stop trying to be the sun in their solar system and realize you are just another planet, orbiting a shared center of gravity. Therefore, the next time you hear some chump in a bar talking about saving his Isaan girlfriend, you can just smile. You will know the truth. She has probably already saved him from a life time of his own ignorance. However, she just has not bothered to tell him. Cheers to that. Right, have I offended everyone? Good. Now, share your own stories below, the moments your preconceptions were shattered. Besides, if you're still clinging to that saviour complex, well, best of luck. You're going to need it. Now, hit that like button and subscribe if you want more unsolicited wisdom from a grumpy old git who is still learning. Go on then, off you go, and do try to be a bit less of a tit than I was. Bye bye.